after Dreamboy actually split, I decided what was I going to do, and so I decided to go to LA with my family, get me a job, get in the game, and get back. And then once I got affiliated with everything, then I would try my luck at getting back in the music industry because I still had ties with the guys from Dreamboy. Every one of them, we all stayed friends, even though there was a split. But we never left the friendship. That was the cool thing about us as a group of people as friends. We stayed friends till this day. We are all friends to this day, and we're doing.
After the band broke up, y'all stayed friends.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
we
probably
stayed
fair,
in
right?
we stayed in each other's corner, and we everybody went their ways and did what they're gonna do, and we're still doing it today, and and that's what it was all about. We were like a family, and then
So,
that's what kept us going.
Vinny, when they broke up, when they broke,
They all play music in the same venue.
Yep.
They play music at church.
so when they,
Yep.
You know,
Yes, we did, Brenda. You're right. But go ahead. What you say now?
so are all of you guys still in the music business or related to it in some form or fashion?
In some form or fashion, everybody still does something in the music industry, whether it's playing in the local scene and or producing and writing or whatever, or us like we get together probably every year or so. We get together as a group and we try to do reunions and we play together just for fun, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
And those type of things. But definitely, everybody's still music oriented people, even though they have their regular life. You know.
So I'm going to ask you and Lord G both. Are there
Say it.
any current talented musicians that you guys know of?
There's a bunch of them in my corner, and we both know a lot.
So who right now that is making music do you think is talented? That's
G, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I like the stuff that Kendrick is doing. I like it's a cat. Well, you know, I like the stuff that Pharrell is doing too. That he did a remix on the weekend that's really creative. I like when I hear stuff that's different. And some of the stuff that Snoop just put out, there's some nice stuff in there, like that artist he's working with that's like the new Marvin Gaye. I can't remember his name. His name is
October London.
Yeah, October London.
And
I like
this out,
that
G.
guy too. I like what he's doing.
And check this out, y'all. That same guy, October London, he just did the remake of Dreamboy's song "Don't Go" on his new album.
Oh wow,
that's what he did.
Yep. And then the guy who produced that with him is a guy named Priest Superfly Brooks. Well, Priest Superfly Brooks he got his start working with me and Lord G at Death Row. And that's how he got over to Death Row and became a very big part of Dogtown and Snoop Dogg as a producer, writer, and rapper and keyboard player. And
the chat wants to know, what about Ye? Do you guys like Ye?
Oh, Kanye West?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like a lot of things that Kanye West does, and I'm not as fond of him as I am a Lord G or a Busta Rhymes or people like that, or Dr. Dre as a producer. But I give Kanye West all his props in the world because he definitely made it happen. And
he don't give a shit. He don't give a shit. He's gonna do what he's gonna do, man. Like, he don't care who he makes mad. And
early in his career, he was all about helping young artists. Like, Kanye was on a lot of people's records back in the day when he first came out in Michigan.
Yeah, but that was helping him too. That was helping him too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a two-way street. Like, when you, like, Vinny, when you got to LA and you got in the music business, did you turn your sights to producing more than being in a band?
Well, what I did is because I wasn't in a band, I went out there with the intentions on being a manager and finding talent because I wanted to be in the A&R department. So I started working in Philip Morris USA as a salesman, promotions and sales, and I started working with them, and I got a territory in this right in Hollywood where I was working with all the people at the clubs, and I was doing bar nights and stuff like that, and I started working with the Marlboro Country Festival. I started working with the Benson and Hedges and Virginia
Okay,
Spring
brother.
Festival. So I got involved from that side of it and used my sales and marketing skills to go to work in the music industry. So I started
What
working.
what
I
a
started,
way, man! Like what a
Smart.
nice. You're
yeah,
making money developing your other side gig. That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
best. Like it
yeah.
don't get any better than that, Vinny.
Yeah, and I started working for MCA Records. Well, I started working in the publishing company at Shankman de Blasio Molina, which well, I was an intern there. That turned into a paying job, and then that's when it really started. And then I went to Polygram Distribution and started working
Ooh,
over there, and with
Hologram used
all
to
the
be huge, didn't they? Man, they used to
yeah,
be
they were
huge.
very huge. And
Yeah.
then I got the job at MCA Records, and I started working in the rap department, promoting records and calling radio stations and stuff. And then I used to send Lord G because he was a big Rakim fan, and they had signed Rakim, and I started sending Lord G all the new material that Rakim was putting out and all of that stuff, that was going on. So
So
I
who's the first rapper you promoted personally?
personally, I would have to say, personally, it was Lord G, him who we're talking to. Now,
Okay.
I gotta tell you this though. There was a group in LA prior to Lord G coming to LA called they were calling themselves Jane Green. And they had a rapper by the name of King Lou, and then Dooley, uh, Dooley, and then another, I forget the other guy's name, but that's what got me really focusing in on rap because young King Lou was very talented. Rest in peace. He's passed away now. And he was like on the Ice Cube vibe. They the ones that introduced me to NWA. So in LA back in 88, yeah, it was in 88. And I
Mhm.
started listening to the gangster rap with those guys. And then my cousin comes into town, Lord G, and Lord G blew everybody away. For me, I was so shocked at my cousin. And all he did was rap. He didn't know what a hook, he didn't do a hook, he didn't do none of that kind of stuff. So I just started telling
Raw
him,
talent.
I just started telling him, hey man, you got to get a hook. You got to learn how to do this. And that's when I gave him the MPC 60 and all that stuff and started grooming him on that level. And man, why did I do that? I never got my equipment back after that. I gave it to him. I had a whole little studio. I gave it all to him because he was so talented. And so I took him as the catalyst for rap. I wouldn't have never got into rap that deep if it had not been for him.
But
And
when
I
you were
wanted to
working,
help.
but I was actually talking about when you were working for Polygram and you got into the rap promoting those artists. Who's the
Oh,
first one they assigned you?
when I was at MCA Records. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It was the first project was Father MC, who
Ooh.
was on Uptown Records that had Jodeci was
Mhm.
on that label, and Father Mary J. Blige.
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
And that was all when Puffy was an intern early on, and I was working for MCA Records, helping promote. And I was telling you about the guy Robert Red,
Mhm.
who works for Ice Cube now. I was working in that rap department, me and him, and another guy by the name of Geo Bivens, who is a big radio promoter, a promotion man for Atlantic Records right now. And all those guys went very high in their careers. And we all worked in the rap department under a guy named Brute Bailey and A.D. Washington. And so we got our hands on all the new material that was coming in. Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim, Father MC, LL Cool J's, Heavy D and the Boys. I mean, everybody you could put your hands on, we was doing something in the rap department promoting those records. So
Did you
it's
meet
just
those guys? Did you like go to the festivals and shit
yeah,
with all those guys?
I did more than that. I used to have to go. I used to have to go to the record stores back then. I used to have to put,
Oh,
I used to have to put posters up in the record stores, count the
Tower
product that
Records,
was in the
Sam
book.
Goody, here I come.
Yeah,
Great
Tower
record
Records.
stores back in the day. It's
I set up.
a shame right now.
I set up a listening and autograph session for Father MC and Mary J. Blige at Tower Records in Hollywood.
Oh wow.
Nice.
You know, and so
Wow.
I got to see stuff like that coming up in the game. You know, and that's where I learned my business side of sales and marketing and promotions.
Yeah.
And so MCA was a very big part of me. Now, here's what happened to me there, just so you'll know the game. Well, I should have stayed in promotions and sales and marketing, which I was good at. But I wanted to be creative. I wanted to be in the A&R department. I wanted to be working with the people who made the records, right?
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
And
Fair
Robert Red used to always say, Vinny, you don't want to go over there. It's going to be hell. You know, if you don't do well, you get booted out right away.
There's got to be a lot of pressure to make something good and make something that's a hit that makes money.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so I went over to the A&R department anyway, and started doing my thing.
Vinny, let me ask you a question. Was it like $2 more an hour? Is that why you did it? Was it for $2? Like we all chase.
It wasn't even a raise in salary.
Oh, dude.
Another.
No,
and you were having so much fun in promotions. You were having a party, man. Like,
but I didn't exactly. I want to get one of those young mistakes that you feel like you made, but it wasn't really a mistake. It was what I really wanted to do.
Okay,
you know, and then I end up doing what I really wanted to do, being on the creative side, because I got a mentor through Lord G. A man by the name of Norman Whitfield, who I met through Lord G. And he was a creative dude. And I loved working for him, even though he was hardcore. Oh, it was the best for me, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be around bands. I wanted to be around creative people and help them with their career. I mean, even though I wanted to be a creator myself, because I tried my hand at writing and producing, and I did a lot of stuff early on. I did a lot of things, and I got lucky a little bit because I had to sue the company, but I also was involved with a record that went #1 in R&B. And I wrote the song, but I got copyright infringement on it, and I ended up settling out of court. But it was probably my biggest payday in the record industry, though. And then I did some songs for Boney James in his first record. And then I did a couple things, me and Lord G. I placed my song along with Lord G's song that we worked together on, which is All Right and Deeper. I think I sent that to you guys, which was on Above the Rim Soundtrack. So I went through.
I've got it in the video file. Yeah.
I want to take a break real quick though, Vinny, because this is a big thing for you going on this year. This is Vinny's